Hi everyone, in this videos I want to talk to you guys about my journey, my life journey, and also about why I'm doing YouTube videos and what I'm gonna be putting out in the near future for my contents. So a lot of things has happened to me in my life, a lot of dramatic big things happen that unexpected, and during that time I found that when I'm in my low point, when I've heard story of other people going through the same things and it's positive, I feel more motivated to try different things. If I hear something that they try that worked for them, I want to try it, or I try it myself. I found books and audios and different people, documentary, through someone that talks about it. So I want to share my journey, and then I hope that from me, when I share my journey, someone out there will be able to relate to my videos and help them as well. So this videos might be a little bit long. In the future I will try to make it a little bit shorter for each things, and I will have different category for different things. So in my channel I'm probably gonna have a lot of different playlists, because there'll be a lot of different areas of things I will cover. It could be my kids, my life, my work, could be what I've learned, things that I found useful, hacks and stuff like that. So I know this channel is not for everyone, but if there are particular things you want to know about, you just go to my playlist and look for the section that you want to watch. So a little bit about myself. Most people know me as Vivianne Tran. I am a freelance makeup artist. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. I've been here for 5 years. I started my career in Brisbane and moved to Sydney, and now here. Before I become a makeup artist, I worked for the Justice Department. I worked with prosecutor and solicitor. I was the legal support officer. I had a degree in Bachelor of Justice, major in investigations. So I find when I was working there, I wanted to help people, but when I was working there, I realized that what I was doing, I was helping, but I wasn't happy. So when I found my makeup passions, when my makeup, career, I know I'm on the right path because I'm making people pretty and I feel happy. And I also do, for myself, I study energy healing. So I do Reiki. I have a master in Reiki, and I practice Reiki. I do it mainly for myself and for friends or family, and sometimes I use it on set when I'm on set with models or colleagues on set. I found that has helped me a lot through my journey. I can talk about that more in details on a different videos about meditations and how I got started in it. And I'm also into crystal as well, and also law of attractions. How I come across it, and what has worked for me, what didn't work for me, what I found helpful, and what sort of documentary I've been watching, and what sort of audio books I've listened to. So I will do a separate section for that as well. So that sort of area is for anyone who's interested into learning or trying different techniques about law of attractions, and try to find different books that you find might helpful for you. And then another area I want to cover about is autism and ADHD. So I have 2 children. One is 9 turning 10. He is diagnosed with autism and ADHD. My daughter is 5 years old. She have autism, and they both are like opposite. So, you know, if you meet 10 people, you meet 100 people, 1,000 people with autism, they all very different. So when I share my story about my kids and what I've learned, you know, from, you know, it could be from, you know, books I've read, from people, seminar that I've been to, from other parents, from therapists, you know, from online, different things. I will share that in separate sections, and I hope something I share might be helpful for another parents out there that, you know, having a child that's similar, you know, to mine. And both of my kids are very different, so I do different techniques for different children, different child. And another thing I want to mention also is I myself is diagnosed with autism and ADHD, and this is in my adulthood. So this is only after my kids been diagnosed, and I will talk about that as well, and why, you know, the reason why, you know, I get myself checked, and, you know, what things I found helpful for me after the diagnosis. And also I also want to talk about something that happened very recently as well. In 2017, after I came back from Japan from a big job, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I got my result 3 or 2 days before New Year's Eve. And then in 2018, February 2018, I had my surgery. So I will go through that as well, and my journey. That might be a big section as well. And who that I found that's, you know, helpful, what's, you know, sort of story I found online, what sort of, you know, so I did a lot of research on it, and what sort of book I found helpful, and sort of, you know, different things about it. And again, with cancer, it's something that I'm sharing. Everything I'm sharing is me, what I found helpful for me. So it's quite personal, you know. You might find something, you know, I find helpful, you might not find helpful, but it might be something that, you know, might be interested in looking into more. So when you hear my story or something that I say, you might want to go deep into it and look into it more for, you know, yourself. And then I will go through a little bit about, you know, also the different products we use at home now, and what we've, you know, the lists of things that, you know, we look for in products that I didn't look before, you know, I had cancer. Now I'm more aware of things, and what sort of products out there that we have tried that we found it's not in the list, so then it's safe. So a lot of little things. And also I want to share whatever I find. If I find something, it could be 1 or 2 minutes that I'll share on YouTube for you guys that I found helpful for me on that day that I found. I will say it because I remember it. I want to share as I go, not to share, you know, after or later in life, because I won't remember everything, and things would have changed, and, you know, there might be people that I could help if I share it earlier, because I've found that many people has helped me because they share their story. So that's the purpose why I want to create the channel. And one last thing, I know there'll probably be a few, you know, people in my industry and, you know, younger people who watch these videos and want me, you know, to do videos on tutorial. You can write down and let me know what you want me to do or try, but that's going to be something, I have to be honest, I won't do now. I'll be on my list and that I have, and I will do that in the future. But I can talk about my journeys, about makeup, and, you know, what I've found and what has helped me, so I can do that as well. And I just hope what I share, I will try to make it simple and different categories so it's easy for you guys to get into and select different one. And I hope, you know, by sharing, I encourage other people to share their story as well. You never know who you might help. You never know who stumble across your videos. Could be someone on the other side of the world that, you know, one little story you share might help them, you know, and or something that you've learned, some technique that you've learned. Because I also noticed, like, you know, in some country, you know, especially with autism, you guys don't have the therapy that we do in Australia. Very lucky here. Or, you know, you don't have the funding that you have, so your child don't, you know, go to therapy. So even in Vietnam, there's not a lot of, you know, people know about it as well. So things that I've learned from the therapist I can share as well. And, you know, you could try with your kids. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Or, you know, because maybe I've shared something, you look into it, you find more things. And that's how it happened to me. When I watch someone's video, they talk about something, and then I go deep into it. I do my research and find more things. So I hope you guys will enjoy my videos. I don't know what I'm going to post next. I think I'm just going to go with the flow for now and see what I can post. If I plan things, it's going to take so long for me. I think because of, you know, my perfections, I will try to perfect everything I do, and it won't be coming out to you guys if I perfect it. If I just sit and talk to you guys, I can get it out to you guys. So thank you for watching, and hope you support my channels and share it to your friends or family or anyone out there. Or if you find anything that's helpful, comments below. Or if you want to share your story, comments below as well. Because sometimes when I watch other videos, I found I listen to the video, it's helpful, but I go through the comments as well, and sometimes it's tips that the person's giving at the top, but then down the bottom I find other tips from other people that works for me better. So, you know, by you commenting down there, it might help another person as well. And there's a lot of things that I do that people don't know, so I want to share with people. And also, you know, I might be, you know, talking a little bit into hypnotherapy as well. My partners do hypnotherapy. Also, you know, we'll talk about different things like music therapy, things that, you know, will trick your mind. If you are set in a certain way, you know, you can retrain yourself, you train your brain. I did a lot of research on brain and how we can rewire our brain and stuff like that. I did it for my kids, and then I end up using it for myself. So I, you know, stumbled across a few people who are now, like, you know, teaching memories, and one of the best memory people in the world, and used to have brain damage. And, you know, they can do it. You know, it's proof that you can change if you want to change, if you believe you can change. And, you know, it's not something that it will happen straight away, but if you want to do it, you know, if you think it's discipline, I found that's quite hard as well, and consistent. And then for me, once I pass those two things, the last one is action. And for me to put this video up, I took the action. So for once, I'm quite proud of myself to do that. So I hope you guys, you know, will know more, a little bit more about me that you don't know before. And, you know, my next videos, I'm hoping that it will, you know, help someone out there as well. So thank you. See ya.